Welcome back, everyone, to Operation Lone Ranger, Global War 1936. We're doing Japan Turn 4. And this is going to be a pretty action-packed video because we are going to declare, we are going to declare war on China. So the way that the rule works is any declaration of war on a Chinese warlord is a declaration of war on all of China. That includes the CCP and the KMT. Now, the CCP and the KMT can sign a truce on either of their turns when it comes up. And that means that they can move troops into each other's territories. But they can break that truce at any time by simply combat moving, a piece into the other's territory and instigating combat or taking it over without any resistance, and then they would be back in a state of war again. So that's kind of how China works. Any warlord that we haven't captured in our combat phase will either align with the CCP or the KMT, which will likely be Xinjiang, Tibet, and Xinjiang, and Tibet. So, because, realistically, there's no way that we're going to get to invade those unless if we had like airborne infantry, and we don't have that. So we're going to mostly go after these three warlords up here, Beiping, Sunan, and Hopei, and then also try to take over Hainan and Kwangtung. We're not going to bother trying to conquer this. I don't think this turn there really is much strategic reason to, other than the fact that they're worth 2 IPP each, and that would give us a lot of extra bonus income. But they are defended by the KMT. They left some militia and 1 infantry behind. But it's not pressing, and I don't think we have the forces to take the entire coast of China over quite yet. And so I'm targeting the warlords because the strategy there is you don't want the warlords at the end of your attack phase to align with either the KMT or CCP, right? So Kwangtung would automatically by default align with the KMT because it's not bordered by a CCP territory. However, we would roll for, Yunnan would also by default become aligned with the KMT. So that's 4 territories that there's no way we're going to be able to assault and capture. And so we're going to try and take over these 4 so that hopefully we can guarantee that they're not going to get a die roll to align with either warlord faction. So Hopei is bordered only by the CCP, which means that they will get a roll 1 to 6, I believe, aligns with the CCP. 7 to 12 aligns with the KMT. And that'll be the case for Beiping and Suyan as well, if we fail to take it over, which hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we don't get diced and fail in our invasion. So, all right, let's get into our turn. We still only have, after the whole debacle with the Japanese setup and getting all that straightened out, we still only have 1 technology roll. We will be upgrading the medium factory this turn so that we can get a second one. And yeah, let's get to it. So 1 tech roll, we are going to go for improved construction, try to get that to stage 2. That is at a 7 or higher. Oh, and we got a 7. Nice. Okay, so we did succeed there. So we will move that up to the 2nd stage. Okay. Purchases. Of course, we're going to upgrade that medium factory in Kyushu. That's going to cost us 6 IPP. So we will go ahead and get that in the box. And then we're going to purchase, let's see, how much do we have left? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14. We have 14 left, so we can't purchase 2 Marine and 2 Mountain. What do we want to do? Do we want more Marines? I mean, we're going to need some more Mountain Infantry just because we are going to be attacking into the mountains. How about we take 2 Mountain this turn? That's going to be 8. Let's do 2 Militia upgrade, and we're going to do that in Eastern Manchuria and Northern Manchuria. So 2 Mountain, 2 Militia. And I think we will probably just save our other 2. Although we could upgrade another... No, I think we can only... Can we only upgrade 2 Militia a turn? Yeah, we can only upgrade 2 Militia a turn. We can purchase another Militia. But I don't think we want to do that. So let's just keep our 2. All right, so let's get the 2 Mountain out of the box, along with the 2 Militia upgrades. Wish I could have purchased 2 Marine this turn. It's always good to have Marines around. That is a Militia. That is not a Mountain. He's in the wrong container. There we go. All right, so like I mentioned, we are declaring war on China. So we got to figure out how we want to go about doing this. Now, of course, we are going to launch 4 artillery, 4 Marines, all into Kwangtung. So let's go ahead and bring these guys over into Kwangtung. This guy, this infantry in Formosa will land in Hainan Island. And a destroyer will take him down. So we'll move a destroyer down here, and he will take Hainan. We'll get a roundel for that. And then this is going to take 1, 2, 3. This is going to take 4 of our transports to do this. So we have 3 right here that are going to move down. We also get shore bombardment ability, so we can move some from heavy cruisers to battleships to heavy battleships. They all can conduct shore bombardment. So we've got to figure that out as well. We also want to make sure that we do an amphib assault on Hopei. There's only a militia there, so hopefully that battle will go well. Let's go ahead and bring down, we are going to need an extra transport. So we're going to bring down this transport that was up in the Sea of Japan, and we'll bring him down because we need 4 there to launch all 8 of those guys. And then these planes on this fleet carrier and this light carrier will also come in and support the invasion of Kwangtung. We want to make sure we take out Kwangtung because there's a lot of Chinese warlords there that, if that goes to the KMT, I mean, that just makes them that much more strong, more powerful. So we want to make sure that we take care of that. We'll get the roundels later and then adjust the income later instead of doing it one by one. I think it's just easier to keep track that way. Okay. In terms of shore bombardment, I think we're going to bring down... So the amount of shore bombarding ships that you can use in an amphibious assault is dependent upon how many units you are launching in the amphibious assault. So in this case, we're launching 8 units, so we can have 8 supporting shore bombardment ships. Well, we don't have 8, so we're going to leave 1 heavy cruiser up here, but everything else we're going to bring down here in the northern South China Sea to support this amphibious assault. That's 2 battleships, a battle cruiser, and then 3 heavy cruisers. And it's getting quite crowded. This is why I need unit plates, which should be coming today in the mail. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then this heavy cruiser is going to come up here and shore bombard support against Hopei. Okay. So now we got to decide. We're going to bring... We already know that this destroyer is going... Well, we don't know that for sure yet. Let's figure out what forces we want to commit into Suyan. Definitely cavalry. Definitely these 2 mountain, because actually we're not attacking in the mountains. It's actually pretty plain terrain right here. But we're going to send these mountain because the next combat phase we will be attacking in the mountains. So we want to get them into position. 2 mountains, definitely 2 infantry. I wish we had artillery, but we don't. We do have aircraft, so we're going to send in at least 1 fighter and 1 tactical. The other 2 we will save for Beiping. Maybe we'll send in a 3rd into Suyan and kind of see how that goes. And then in terms of Hopei, I think what we're going to do is send in these 2 guys from this transport, and then these 5 infantry will lead the assault into Beiping, and Beiping will be the invasion of Beiping will be supported by these 2 aircraft. And then this guy is going to help with that assault. So we don't even need this destroyer to bring units over, so I think he's good. All right. Man, I want to make sure that we get Hopei. Because if we take over Suyan and then Hopei, Beiping is surrounded and the defense gets -1 to their defend roll in Beiping once we launch the attack there. So they'll be defending at a 3 instead of a 4, which with aircraft support. Yeah, we're going to use this destroyer, and we're going to make sure that we increase our odds a little bit because we don't have any supporting aircraft in Hopei, and that can kind of, if they start rolling some 2s and taking out our troops, it's going to suck. And we're only going to be attacking, well, yeah, we'll be attacking at a 2, so that's not too bad. He defends at a 2, we attack at a 2. Okay. All right, I say we get to rolling some dice here. Let's get these guys on the board first. I want to resolve Hopei. That's the one that kind of makes me the most nervous. Just because there's, not really any supporting aircraft or anything, an aircraft roll at a pretty high clip, so. All right, so he will defend at a 2, and then we will attack at a 2. Now the motorized, I think, has to sit out in the first round because I don't think he's considered an infantry class unit. Let me double check that though. Any non-infantry class unit is not allowed to participate in the first round of combat. Yeah, that's a vehicle class. Motorized is vehicle class. So yeah, he's not going to be allowed to participate in the amphibious assault. Now, if he gets a hit, keep in mind, we take double casualties. So we don't, that buff does not get removed until we get amphibious doctrine. So let's just hope that we hit a 2 on our shore bombardment and then call it a day. All right, let's get to rolling. Wow, heavy cruiser just completely whiffed. All right, and then we get 2 at 2 for the infantry. Misses. And he gets a defense at a 2 with a militia. Okay, so 4, he misses. Now we can assault with all 3 guys. This heavy cruiser is done, so he will chill out in the Yellow Sea. And now we get 3 at 2, and he gets 1 at 2. We're just going to roll the attack and the defense all at the same time. All misses, so we'll go again for another round. Oh, we got a 2, and he didn't get a hit, so battle's over. Now, just to clarify, you only take double casualties on the first round of combat. All right, so after that, no more double casualties, because the thinking is that your troops are already ashore and they're already kind of entrenched in. You know, it kind of takes a turn for them to get settled in and, you know, in their position. So double casualties only applies when troops are in the first round of combat, when troops are like getting off their ships, you know, and they're vulnerable. That's kind of the thinking behind it. Okay, so we take out Hope. Chinese warlord, I think, will go. I think I got some units confused here. And you and you. Yeah, I think this is Greece. Yeah, that's like Greece or something. That's not China. Yeah. All right. All right, so we take that over. And now let's go ahead and resolve Suyan. So let's get all of these guys on the board. All right, so there's no debuffs on this assault, so everything will be at their default values. We have a cavalry at a 3. We have 3 infantry at a 2. We also have 2 mountain at a 2. We have a tactical at a 7 and a fighter at a 6. All right. Eventually, I'd like to purchase a medium bomber, but that'll be down the road a little bit. All right, and he's got 2 militia, he's got 2 infantry, and a cavalry. Usually when I play as Japan, I try my best to take over all the coast of China in the first turn of declaring war, but I don't know, it's just really hard to do that. And I mean, if you feel, if you feel a little risky and taking some chances, you certainly can do that. But because the KMT kind of left some militia there, they built some militia there, it's just, strategically, I just don't think it's in our advantage to do that. Because the KMT, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to reinforce the coast any further. They're just going to try and retreat and turtle up what forces they can into Kwaichou or eventually Yunnan. So we're not in a rush. We're not in a rush to take over the KMT portion of the Chinese coast. I mean, I just don't see how that's gonna help us here in the short term. Okay, let's get to rolling. We have 5 infantry at a 2. Man, we rolled a lot of 3s, but we didn't get any 2s or less. That sucks. All right, can we get one? Can we get another 3 for the cavalry? Oops. 3 for the cavalry. Nope, we rolled a 5. And then we have a, let's do the tactical at a 7. All right. Tactical hit at a 7, and it's a target select. So we're going to move this up here so that we know it's a target select hit. And that means that he target selects at a 3 or less. So that means that the attacker can choose which defending unit gets the hit. Okay, and of course, we're going to choose the highest one that it defends at, which is going to be the infantry. All right. Fighter to 6. Oh, he misses. Dang it. So we only got 1 hit. That's not good. But at least it was a critical hit, or it was a target select. Okay, so he has 2 at a 4. Oh, he gets a hit. And then he has 3 at a 2. And they're all misses. All right, so 1 for 1 right there. We will lose a regular infantry. And then, of course, with that target select, he loses an infantry. Okay. This time, let's roll the tactical bomber first. 7. Not a target select, but we do get a hit. Fighter at a 6. Not a hit. Stupid die. Cavalry to 3. Not a hit. And then we have 4 at a 2. Oh, and we do get a hit. Nice. All right. So the defender has 1 infantry at a 4. That's a miss. And then he has 3 at a 2. And those are all. This one's cocked a little bit, but it's a 6 or a 5. So, yeah, either way, it's a miss. All right, so he doesn't get any hits. He will lose 2 militia. All right. Tactical bomber at a 7. Oh, dang it. Fighter at a 6. Dang, another miss. Ugh. Cavalry at a 3. Oh, good job, cavalry. Nice. And we get 4 to 2. No hits. Wow. All 8s and 9s. Okay. He gets a defender at a 4. He barely misses. And then he gets a defender, the cavalry, at a 2. And that also misses. So 2 rounds in a row where he doesn't get a single hit. He will lose the cavalry. Okay. Tactical bomber. Hopefully this will be the last round. Tactical bomber at a 7. Oh, and it's a target select. We could have used that earlier to take out that other infantry. Okay, so he has an infantry at a 4. And he gets a hit. Well, dang it. Tempted to lose the cavalry, honestly. But because we're on the offensive, I think we're just going to lose an infantry. Because a cavalry attacks higher than an infantry does. If we were sensing that we were going to go on the defense, I would lose the cavalry instead, but that's not the case. Okay, so we finally take over Suyan. And now we just have to resolve. Well, we gotta launch an attack on Beiping next, and that'll take care of northeastern China. All right, so Suyan. We have some mountain, 1 infantry, 2 mountain and 1 infantry, and then these planes will fly back to Korea. And they have plenty of fuel. 2 to get there, 2 to get back, with 1 extra to spare because they're being launched from an airfield. Okay, now let's get... We're really going to need our planes to hit here, or get lucky with some infantry hits, because... now, the good thing is that Beiping is surrounded, So they get -1 to their defense. So they will be at a 3 instead of a 4. And then our infantry will be at their typical 2. 1 fighter at a 6 and tactical at a 7. All right. Let's roll the tactical first. Tactical at a 7. Target select isn't going to matter. Wow, man. What a whiff. And then fighter at a 6. That's a 3. So fighter does get a hit. And then we have 4 at a 2. No hits. All right. And he gets 3 out of 4. No, 3 to 3. No hits. All right. So he loses a infantry. And we go again. Tactical at a 7. That's a hit. Target select, but it doesn't matter because all he has is infantry. Fighter at a 6. Another hit. That's the 2 hits we needed. Good job, airplanes. Coming through for us. And then we have 2 out of 3. Both misses. Oh, yes. Lucked out. And he didn't even roll a 4 in any of that, so it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, so we take over Beiping pretty easily, actually. Turns out the battle that was, if there was a battle up here that was semi-stressful, it was Suyan, because we did lose 2 infantry. We'll go ahead and put these planes back in Korea. And then these infantry will go into Beiping. Okay, now we got to do this massive battle down here in Kwangtung. He has 4 militia and 2 infantry. And this is in the mountains, on top of it being an amphib assault. So in the first round of combat, we suffered double casualties, and our Marines will only attack at a 1, but they get boosted by the artillery, so that boosts them back up to a 2. All right, so militia here at a 2. That's 4 militia. And then 2 infantry at a 4. And we need our Marines, which will be attacking at a... Marines will be attacking at a 2. Our artillery will also attack at a 2 because they get the... Well, they won't get to attack on the first round of combat. I take that back. Only infantry class get to. Let's just hope they don't get any hits and we suffer double casualty, because that would absolutely suck. Now, we can take artillery as casualties on the first round of combat if we so desire, which we might do that. Now, we need to hit some of our shore bombardments. Yes, we do. That would help out a lot. Okay. So we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 6 shore bombardments. And we have that set up here on the board. All of our ships are in position. They're in the South China Sea. So we get 2 battleships, and they shore bombard at a 4, indicated by the 4 shells here. So let's see if we get any hits. Oh, not even close. Come on, guys. All right. We get a battle cruiser at that shore bombards at a 3. A 6. Nope. Wow, this is not going well. Okay. And then we get 3 heavy cruisers that shore bombard at a 2. Yeah, we'll count that. It was cocked a little, but it was either like on a side of a 1 or a 2. All right, so we get 1 hit. And he will take... He'll take a militia, so that gives him 3 militia. Okay. Now, let's hope that our airplanes can hit. The ships were just a complete, utter disaster. I don't know. Their targeting systems must have been off or something. I don't know. Someone's getting beheaded for that, all that incompetency. Okay. Tactical bomber at a 7. A miss. Jeez, what's with these high die rolls? 2 fighters at a 6. All right, there's at least 1 hit. And then we have 4 Marines coming in at a... well, the 4 Marines, they're not paired with the artillery yet, so they will actually be attacking at a 4 on the initial round. Oh, we do get a hit. Nice, okay. We would have gotten another one if we had the artillery in play. Okay, so we get 2 hits. They have 2 infantry at a 4. Oh, nice. High rolls. 2 misses. And then 3 militia at a 2. And those are all misses. All right. So he will lose 2 more militia. That leaves him with 1. The shore bombardment is done, but our artillery does get to come ashore and participate now. So we don't get artillery first strikes. That's only in the first round of combat. So let's go ahead and do our tactical bomber at a 7. That's a hit. Beautiful. 2 fighters at a 6. Another hit. All right, we just need 1 more hit. And we have... Now let's roll for the artillery at a 2. All misses. And then we'll roll for the Marines also at a 2. Golly, more high rolls. Jeez, guys. Terrible. All right, and then he gets 2 infantry at a 4. Both misses. We're getting lucky. And then 1 at a 2. Oh, so lucky. Wow. All right, so he's down to 1 infantry. Tactical at a 7. And that's the only hit that we really need. Okay, and then he's got a defense at a 4. The luck continues. Wow. Not a single hit. I'm shocked by that. That is so rare that that happens. Usually when I attack Kwang Tung, I lose at least 1 guy. For sure, if not more. Wow, that was super lucky. All right, so let's put the roundels on the board before we go any further. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 roundels. Go ahead and get this situation sorted out. All right, so 1 goes into Hainan, another one into Kwang Tung, and then these other 3 will go into Northeast China. Okay. So Hopei, Suyan, and Beiping. All right. Let's go ahead and calculate the IPP value. So Beiping is worth 2. Suyan is worth 1. Hopei is worth 1. So that's 4. 5, 6 for Kwang Tung, and then 1 for Hainan, which is 7. So let me double check that. 6, 7. Yes. So we go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That places us only 1 behind Germany. We're at 23. We do lose 1 for the oil trade with the United States. It goes down by 1 every time we launch an attack, a combat move into China. So that's down to 2. And let's see. Now we got to roll for... Xikang, Tibet, and Xinjiang to see who they align with. So, I mean, only 3 warlords. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Oh, we got to put these guys back on the board. We don't want to leave these guys out here. So we have we have 4 Marines in Kwangtung along with 4 artillery. Oh, it's crowded. All right. And then these airplanes will come back and land on their respective carriers. And we'll get that back on there. All righty. What else do we have? It's all the units. Now we get to rolling for the CCP. All right, so a 1 to 6 is going to go to the CCP, and a 7 to 12 is going to go to the KMT. So we got our die here. Now, Yunnan automatically goes to the KMT because it's not bordering the CCP. It has to border the CCP for us to get a die roll to see who it goes to. All right, so let's do Sikang first. And that's going to be this guy here, not to be confused with Sikang. And now as the CCP, we really want to get Sikang because that will allow the Russians to build a railroad, and then they can start sending us Lend-Lease. So let's do Sikang first. And that goes to CCP. We roll a 5. All right, so let's get a CCP roundel out so we don't forget. We will take that for sure. It's not worth, none of these territories are worth anything, but it does increase our recruitment roll for the CCP at least. All right, Tibet. Let's see which way Tibet goes. And it goes to the CCP. Wow. CCP gets another mountain infantry. That's pretty cool. Now this is the big one. We need Sikang. Or Sikang. Oh, and it goes to the KMT. All right. Well, I think that just means that the CCP will be declaring war on the KMT. And be taking that over. So, alrighty. Now we got to change those units out, and we've got to get the proper ones on the board. Get that out of the way. Okay, so mountain infantry, a cavalry, and it looks like 2 infantry and a militia. So we need a mountain, cavalry, 2 militia, and a regular infantry. Well, the CCP definitely benefited from this for sure. All right, so let's take these guys. Oh, that's 2 infantry and a militia, not 2 militia. Okay. Let's get another infantry. Okay. Two infantry, 1 militia, and then we have a mountain and a cavalry. Okay. And make sure I got that right. I believe so. Okay. And the KMT will get 2 infantry in Sikeng. Okay. I think that does it for that. Let's check and see if we have any non-combat movement. I don't think we do. We do have an extra heavy cruiser here that we will bring down. We'll bring him down to P-32. Just one. And then we have I think we'll leave the Marines in Kyushu for now. We could bring down one with this destroyer. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll bring one of the Marines down and he will land. Well, we're just going to reinforce down here in Kwangtung. Okay. And I think that'll be good. Let's place some units. So we have a factory upgrade in Kyushu. And we're not allowed to use that factory since it's being upgraded. So we're going to place all of our purchases. Well, we're going to, our two mountain, one of our mountain purchases will go into Rihi. The other one will go into Tokyo because we have to. And then these guys are militia upgrades, and they will go into northern Manchuria and eastern Manchuria. They basically replace the infantry that we lost in the attack on Suyan. So we're basically recouping our losses. Okay, I'd say overall pretty successful initial invasion. We accomplished our goal, which was to take out as many of the warlords as we could, save the KMT and the CCP, and we accomplished that. The CCP definitely gained in strength, certainly far more than the KMT did. Oh, we got to replace these with KMT. Actually, the KMT did gain in strength quite a bit because they also get Yunnan. They get 4 militia and 2 infantry. So let's get another round. Oh, we about forgot about that. Okay. And they actually go up by 1. They actually get an extra, they get an extra $1 for that. So, so let's bump the KMT up by 1. They're up to $7 now. And they get all of these infantry. So they will get 4 militia and 2 infantry. And we're not gonna bother with crowding all the sculpts in there. So 4 militia, 2 infantry. Okay. Good deal. Let's see. We placed our units. Now let's see. Yeah, placed our units. Now we need to collect our income. Oh, we got some income increases for the allies to conduct. Let's see what everyone gets. I know the United States goes up 5, so let's go ahead and do that one. That will boost them up to 11, so they can conduct research now. And let's check. I believe it's 2 for the Commonwealth, but let me double check that. Japan. Okay, declares war on China. FEC goes up 2, ANZAC goes up 2, Britain goes up 2, France goes up 1. USA goes up 5. We already did USA. All right, so 2 for the ANZACs, 2 for the Far East Command. They're up to 7. ANZACs are up to 5. 1 up for France. France is up to 10, on par with the Italians. And then Britain goes up to 16. Okay. Very good. I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I did, we'll just have to correct it in the next turn. Okay. That not quite done yet. Collect our income. So we get 23 plus 2. We get 25 for next turn. So we will collect that. That gives us 27 total for next turn because we saved 2. And that's it for Japan. Bit of a long video, but thanks for enduring it along with me. And next up will be the Commonwealth, turn 4. And I will see you next time for that turn. And until then, take care and see you later. Bye.